to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. A suspect wanted in connection with an alleged stock manipulation scheme that led a small New Jersey delicatessen to be listed as a public company worth $100 million has agreed to his voluntary extradition to the United States after being arrested last week on the resort island of Phuket, a Thai legal official said Friday. Peter Coker Jr. is sought by U.S. authorities on charges of fraud and shares manipulation in connection with two companies, Hometown International and E-Waste Corp, that had been trading over the counter. Two other men indicted on the same charges, Peter Coker Sr. and James Patton, were arrested in the United States last year. A warrant was issued for the arrest of Coker Jr., a partner at a financial services company in Hong Kong. The Bangkok law firm representing Coker Jr. did not immediately respond to phone requests for comment about the case. The alleged illegal activities came to light in 2021 when media reports surfaced that Hometown International, whose sole asset was a delicatessen in Paulsboro, New Jersey, had a valuation of about $100 million. The anomaly was initially publicized by David Einhorn, a hedge fund manager, who joked in a letter cautioning his clients about the company that the pastrami must be amazing. The three indicted men were accused of trading shares of Hometown International and E-Waste Corp back and forth among a small group of investors to pump up the price. The U.S. District Court in New Jersey indictment alleges that they intended to merge with a private company in order to draw the attention of public investors and sell off their own stock at the inflated prices. Thai police said U.S. officials informed them of the 54-year-old Coker Jr. as possible entry into Thailand in December last year, and he was tracked to his residence near a popular tourist spot of Surin Beach in Phuket, for which he signed a one-year lease. He was arrested Jan 11. The police statement said he had entered Thailand several years ago with a passport from the Eastern Caribbean island of St. Kitts and Nevis, which is one of many nations that sells citizenship in exchange for investment. Tirat Limpearea, a prosecutor in Thailand's Attorney General's office, said Coker Jr. is being held in a Bangkok jail pending extradition. Mr. We have to complete a 30-day waiting period as required by Thai law before sending him back, said Tirat. He was visibly frail when he was taken in and told us that he needs medical treatment for his liver disease. We believe that he entered Thailand with a possible plan to settle here. A video released by the police showed Coker Jr. sitting in a chair wearing a t-shirt and shorts in his seaside residence as Thai police read out details of search and arrest warrants to him. Later, as he was escorted to a police vehicle, he appeared to need assistance walking. Now, I want people to understand this, right? This is a story, the original story took place in 2021. We are now in 2023, which means that everything that he done has finally caught up with him. And he wanted to make sure, in the sense that he was going to be able to get away, right? He was enjoying, I guess, his wealth, his money after, doing all of these schemes, messing around with the numbers, cooking the books, working, with a variety of different Asian entities in order to get this to transpire. And the end result that was supposed to happen was that the people were going to change, the company was going to change, the ticker on the stock was going to change. Everything was going to, in a sense, change in order to fit what the company was going to be or was supposed to be. And as I've stated before, it's pretty interesting that every single time you happen to hear like, oh, we have high crime, we have this, we have that, you know we need to really, get this right. They never show these faces. They never show the true criminals, the ones that are working the system, the ones behind the scenes, the ones that have the face, that have the protections, that have the know-how, that have the due diligence, that are abled and enabled in order to commit these acts. Now, I'm pretty sure if this was a black man, this dude would have been caught a long time ago. They would have, matter of fact, whatever evaluation that he had up there, they would have never even allowed that to even, be the truth. The deals that he wanted to get in with other people, that would have never have happened. The amount that his shares were even worth would have never have happened at all. Matter of fact, they probably would have made sure that he wouldn't be able to buy or sell, right? Um, it's crazy. It's 1,000% crazy. And as I always state, you never see people wanting to open their mouths about their own people committing these acts, committing these actions. But let it be black people, better yet, a black man that committed the same act, all types of prison time. He wouldn't have made it to Thailand. He wouldn't even have made it directly on a plane. But yet, when it's one of their own, they're allowed to do these things. They're allowed to proceed. They don't stop any of these actions from taking place because magically, when it's one of their own people, they're like, you know what? Things look a little bit weird. They look a little bit odd, but maybe there might be something more to it that we're not specifically seeing. Right? Let's not judge a book by the cover. If it's somebody black, oh, we're judging a whole book, the cover, the index, the outer decks. We're judging, what the hardcover was specifically made directly out of. Who made this? Where did it come from? What country? What group of people actually worked on this? And then on top of that, who sewed and glued the fabric directly on here? Who made the fabric? Dyed the fabric? Where did the glue come from? And who made that glue and specifically laid hands on this book in order to make sure that that fabric was going to stick with that glue? They would make sure to look at every single thing. No stone would go unturned, and that dude would be prosecuted and put directly in jail and or prison, facing times for their crimes. But like with most things in America, everything is not equal, everything is not even, and that just is the way that it is. But but everything finally caught up with them. But again, can't get too ecstatic because these things have a way of not really going the route that we feel that they should realistically go. It's an interesting story, isn't it? Very, very interesting. All of that evaluation, all of that money could have, gone to a better case, a better situation, a better scenario. Even to an extent, if he would have did something vastly different with that money, I'm pretty sure people would feel a certain type of way about it. But then they would be like, you know what? He had good intentions. He just went about it the wrong way. He gave his money. He did what he did in order to get money for an orphanage. He did what he did in order to help somebody that needed, an organ transplant. He did what he did in order to, benefit people, who had less than he has, right? But that's not what he wanted to do. It was the greed. It was the greed. That man was watching too much Wolf of Wall Street. He wanted to relive the 80s so bad that he decided to do it himself. He learned the system, he learned the mechanics, he learned the money. He did everything he needed to do in order to get this to go through. And he almost pretty much did it. Almost pretty much did it. But again, this person right here, they don't look black to me.